To this day. To this day.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
But anyway, let's get this show on the road. This is Off the Top Reviews. I am Bushido Spirit. Here we have Keek.
Yo.
Yes. We are back reviewing Lovecraft Country, Season 1, Episode 7, I Am. But before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and sub to the channel. We do TV show reviews here and some entertainment industry news. So let's jump right into this episode. So as a brief synopsis of this episode, it's basically Hippolyta's relentless search for answers takes her on a multi-dimensional journey of self-discovery as Atticus heads to St. Louis to consult an old family friend. And that is what I got off of IMDb. Let's just give our overall thoughts before we deep dive into this. What was your overall thought, impression of this episode?
Like that it was centered around Hippolyta. I was waiting for them to give her an episode since it seems like everybody's pretty much getting their own episode. And it pretty much reiterated what I thought in the beginning. Like, Hippolyta is pretty much a genius who was stifled and, you know, had to settle into the life of a housewife.
Yep.
And wasn't able to really explore herself and who she could have been and all the things that she wanted to do. And she had to go on this journey in order to kind of find herself again.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
That was perfectly said. I agree with that. I felt like Hippolyta did need an episode. They were sowing the seeds early on. They were hinting at her being like good at space type shit. I don't know what the fuck to call it. Space stuff.
Yeah, space shit.
We saw at the museum, she talked about how she named the star Hades' Chariot. Not Hades, Hera's Chariot, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we saw that she was into things like that, and she stole an orrery. Yeah, she looked at it with some Google eyes. So we knew that was her. That was her. That was her weakness right there. Space shit. She's into.
Like, she could have been an astrophysicist or something.
Yeah.
But she's a homemaker.
Yep, she's at home, man, and that's why that's primarily why she's upset. You know, ripping up that nigga George's books, man. And I put all I had into you. I gave up my own dreams, and now you fucking dead. You dead, nigga.
Why'd you have to go and get shot, nigga? What the fuck?
Wasted all that time.
All the times you went on the road, you came back. The one time you gotta die.
I know, and you know, we know George to be somewhat of a sexist, man. He didn't want Hippolyta to leave that house at all. It's not safe for women on the road. He did not want her to leave at all. So yeah, he definitely added to that. Definitely, he was not the perfect husband. Yeah. Let's just jump right into it. Let's do a deep dive here. Let's go deep. But before we get to all the stuff about Hippolyta, let's talk about the other moments, because these other moments will be easier to talk about because they were quicker. So let's talk about your girl Letitia. You know, she got that Atticus sperm in her. She started
got a butt in the oven.
She got a butt in the
oven,
oven,
baby.
Easy bake. She's starting to see visions. She's starting to see Atticus's ancestors, and like we wonder like why she's seeing that. And it was like, oh, because she has his blood in her now, you know, because she's gonna have a baby. So that was pretty interesting. And we discovered this episode that Atticus's ancestor Hannah left the house with the book of names. She went to Tulsa with it, but that shit might be gone because it got caught into another fire when those white supremacists ran through there and burnt everything down. So it's probably going for good.
Goddamn white supremacists!
Out of the fire into a frying pan, man. That's that's what happens there. And we see that also Atticus has a birthmark. So I guess the family has a birthmark. Yes. Like I don't know what the fuck what it is, but it's like a little birthmark or something that lets you know if they're part of the family lineage. What else? Oh, also, I mean, matter of fact, any thoughts on that from you about Letitia having a bun in the oven? Any thoughts on that? Any thing that I may have missed?
Tick must have super sperm because they only did it a couple times and she already pregnant. I mean, it's so early in the relationship.
We don't know how much time has passed. You know, they probably
maybe
been fucking off
maybe like 10, 15, 25 million bajillion times they've been fucking. We don't know.
Yeah, they in the house together, so you know they've been fucking on the regular.
Yeah. He was supposed to be fixing things.
He was fixing things. Making her feel alive again.
Yeah.
She died. Got a reminder that she still exists in this world, man, with his penis.
Oh, God. It's too much. It's too much.
That's what she was yelling when he was in. I
feel alive. Make me feel something.
Oh shit! But so that happened, and also what happened. Some other thing to note that's important is that so Letitia and Atticus spots Sammy leaving Montrose's apartment, and they was holding hands and shit. And you know, we talked about this, whether or not we I think what was it? It was like a couple weeks ago. We talked about how we don't know how Atticus feels about this if it was revealed to him that his father was gay, and we kind of know. You know, he calls him the F word. He like immediately.
He calls him a faggot.
It calls him a faggot. Yes, and we don't. And part of me believes that it's not really how he feels. He don't really hate gay people. He just
yeah. He just hates that his father kept it from him and was lying to him and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, his father used to abuse him over it. So yeah, so he's probably not homophobic. It's just that he's upset that his daddy was trying to beat the gay out of him when he was the one that's really gay. So interesting, man. I love that scene too. I love that scene. Like, boy, I'm still your daddy.
He took his shirt off and he started spitting in his face. I'm still your daddy.
I'm still your daddy.
Yeah, you Sammy's daddy too, apparently.
Yeah, oh no. Why you did that? Why you did that? And before that even happened, we see that, you know, Montrose is terrible at relationships because he's trying to push Sammy away. Was complaining about stupid shit like the grits
runny ass grits. Running. Come on, dude.
What wrong with the eggs? You got this bacon, nigga. This man over here cooking you breakfast.
You're such an asshole. Yeah,
asshole. Like, come on. Complaining about stupid shit. And you just get like a window into that household. How it must have been like for Atticus living there.
Like hella dysfunctional.
Yeah, nothing he could do could ever please this man. He would always find small shit to nitpick to argue about. So yeah, that was a good scene. And he was so upset that he found him that way. That they found Sammy coming out. It's like, why are y'all here? Like he just annoyed and irritated at this point.
Right.
That it's clear that Atticus hates him, but he keeps coming around.
Like, why you keep following me around like I'm your daddy or something? Go away.
I know, right? Why can't I be gay in peace? You know, silence. I didn't intend to come out the closet this fast.
Or at all.
Yeah. So he wanted to keep that a secret because earlier in the episode, Sammy was like, he didn't say I met your neighbor, but it was confirmed that was his neighbor, and he didn't. He seemed a little hurt by that. It was like, you saw my neighbor? But yeah, how did you feel about that? Just that scene in general. What does this mean for us going forward?
I think Tick's gonna get over it. I think he has a lot of other reasons to hate Montrose, but him being gay isn't one of them. So,
Yeah.
and in the end, I think they both need each other for what's gonna come in the future.
Yeah.
And their stories are always gonna be intertwined. So,
And one other thing that caught my interest was he had asked if his mother knew, and Montrose said yeah. So I wonder what was with that relationship.
she was probably his beard, and
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably so.
I think they had an arrangement or an understanding, and they did still love each other in a way. But
Yeah,
you know, he wasn't trying to really be the kind of husband that she wanted or needed.
yeah, yeah. Montrose is pretty fucking. He's a complicated character, man. It's because he would beat Atticus for like reading books and like being like similar to George. He would beat him for thinking he was gay too. It's like, what?
He was repeating the cycle because that's what his dad did to him. So he didn't know how to properly love a son because he was never loved.
It's like he hated him either way. It's like, are you like me? It's ass whooping. You like George? It's ass whooping. Like, it just didn't matter. It just beat his
either
ass.
way, he was getting his ass beat.
Yeah, no wonder he went to war. Nigga, I'd rather deal with these goddamn bombs and shit.
Hey, I'd rather get shot over in fucking Korea than deal with you.
Oh my god. That shit is hilarious, man. But anyway, let's move on to Hippolyta. I think that's well, I mean, there was a little scene between Ruby and Christina. I guess they're just her talking about her plans and why she even fucking with Ruby to begin with. So, and she kind of revealed a lot. So I wonder what is she going to use Ruby for? Like,
I think she's going to use Ruby. I think that, like I said before, they come to an understanding and they're gonna use each other to get to where they both want to be.
I mean, that's true.
But
I can see that happening.
She's been honest with her pretty much after the fact that she found out, but she's telling her everything.
Yeah, she's been honest with her. The only thing she lied about was the
being
William shit. Yeah, everything else has been truthful. I mean, that's kind of who she is. Her character. She rarely just lies about shit.
Right. She might admit the truth.
Yeah.
But she doesn't flat out just lie to people, which I kind of respect. Like they're not listening because they don't want to hear what she has to say, just because of who she is. But she's been completely honest with them the whole time.
And in that preview, their face was kind of close. I mean, did she enjoy smashing Ruby? What's going on?
I think she did. I think she actually likes her.
Yeah.
And they might form some kind of bond or relationship or whatever, but I don't think her and Ruby aren't going to be around each other anytime soon. She might continue to, stay with her or whatever.
Yeah, we also see that William was an actual person. We probably learned that before.
Yeah.
This is the first time I paid attention to it. That Lancaster killed him. So yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad they showed the other woman too, because we were like, did they use that actor over again? It's like, oh no, that's just how it works. That's how the spell works.
She needs the body to drain their blood and make the potion.
So that is that dog lady from episode 2.
The dog lady. That bitch dog lady.
Black bears are evil.
You goddamn black bears. Something else. They keep getting up in here. Stealing and shit. That's what they do. They steal because they're black bears. Now, the white bears, the polar bears, they don't do that.
Polar bears. And the brown bears, they do the same thing. The black bear. Let's get on to Hippolyta. Hippolyta went on this adventure. All right, so first she discovers that she goes to Artem, and she pulls out like a board from the wreckage from the fire, and it has the Order of Ancient Dawn symbol on it. She takes that back home and uses that to activate the orrery, and it sends her on this journey to like what's some things called, observatory, I think. What is it called? Where she went? Fuck.
The first time in that white room?
No, like she went to the place where the machine was.
Oh, where the machine was.
Well, I forgot what that location is called. I forgot, but
yeah, the one with the dome. I think it is an observatory.
Yeah. She went there, and we just see how much of a genius she is. She just cracks the code, got the shit moving, and Lancaster's.
She had to hit it a few times, but then she got it to work.
Eventually it works.
you gotta hit it a couple times.
You gotta blow in the cartridge. It's old. But yeah, so she's there activating the machine, and outside you can hear like cops. So it's Lancaster men show up, and they hear her activate the machine, and they're trying to stop her. They're asking her all of these questions. Why is she here? Why is she here? And out of nowhere,
yeah. What is your black ass doing around this white technology?
I bet they were surprised as hell this black woman was making that shit work. They could never get that shit to work. Yeah.
Y'all have smaller brains. How'd you figure this out?
Oh man. And your boy Tick comes through. So I didn't mention this, but earlier in the episode, Tick and Letitia were trying to go to Louisiana to see Tick's relative. I mean, yes, god damn it, St. Louis. Same shit.
It's the same. It's all past the Mason-Dixon line. It's all the same.
So they were trying to see Tick's relative, but Hippolyta had the car, and she did not want them to get in her car. It's like, fuck y'all, I'm going on my journey.
It's my car.
And she leaves. So Tick ends up catching the bus. I forgot what happened. You know what? Well, I guess they figure out that Hippolyta was up to something because they know that she has the orrery. So he ends up going to where she's at. How did he get there, nigga? How the fuck? I'm trying to think.
The coordinates on the orrery.
Oh, the orrery was still at the room. Oh, he supposed to. Okay,
yeah.
You're right. Okay. Yeah, because so yeah, he ends up there where Hippolyta is. He saves her from getting shot or interrogated by the Lancaster crew. And the machine is activated, and we start seeing these fucking these portals on the wall, and it's changing and shit. It's like, what? It's like, is that a time machine? It's switching to different locations. Atticus throws one nigga through it. Like, I don't know where that is at right now.
Oh, where the fuck he ended up? He's probably dead wherever he is.
He probably is. Like,
he should have threw that other nigga in there too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta hide the evidence.
Right. He was just not thinking about that shit. Like, he's left a mess, bleeding all over the floor with a little comic book, leaving evidence everywhere. Like, come on, Take. You gotta be better than this. You trying to be a powerful wizard and you can't even clean shit up.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Do
better.
Guess we could talk about that first. But yeah. So Hippolyta ends up going through the portal as well, leaving Atticus behind, looking around, fumbling the ball and shit. And he grabs, I mean, this happens at the end of the episode, but we can talk about it now. He grabs a book that says Lovecraft Country on it. It says written by George. And also he leaves behind Dee's comic book, The Adventures of Orithia Blue, I think. Yeah. And the cop's dead body there too. So that's what he leaves behind when he escapes, looking for Hippolyta and trying to figure out where she went. Meanwhile, Hippolyta goes to some strange spaceship. Some strange spaceship, and it's a woman with a big ass fro. Comes
Queen.
out. What'd you say?
She's a Black Queen.
Black Queen, man. Big ass fro. And Hippolyta is losing her shit at first. She's like, where the fuck am I at? She started thinking about goddamn sci-fi comics and novels and shit. Starts quoting.
Gravity change? Was I in a spaceship?
Was I?
Actually,
Yeah.
she was actually fucking like spitting. Like, that's how you figure out your orientation if you're in space and stuff like
Oh,
that. That's
okay.
how I like reiterated that she's a genius. Because who else would think of that shit?
Exactly. So she figures it out. She starts removing the panels from the ship and starts throwing them in. I don't know what the fuck was going on in this scene. I was lost like a motherfucker. Like, what is she doing? That was too smart for me. Did you understand this shit?
No. I didn't know what the fuck she was doing, bruh.
Yeah, I was
I was
like,
like,
what
oh.
the fuck? Okay.
All right, Hippolyta, I
That's,
see you.
Yeah, intelligent. I'm smart. She was doing some shit, and she ends up time traveling. She figures it out. I guess she gets the door to open up because the afro wearing queen comes through. She locks her into the room. Hippolyta figures out how to open the door, and I guess she jumps on Hippolyta and asks her where she wants to go.
Said name yourself or some shit.
Yeah, name you. Oh, yeah, she says name yourself, right? She doesn't name herself at first, but she does tell her where she wants to go.
Right.
And she wants to go to Paris with Josephine Baker.
Dancing all naked and shit.
Yeah, dancing all naked and shit, like a burlesque show. And she ends up there. And I mean, I guess we don't really have to go into detail about these flashbacks, all of them.
Nah.
But it was just her journey of self-discovery. Trying to figure out who she was, what she truly believed in. And it was about her race, and it was about her being a woman. How the white man wouldn't let her do what she wanted to do. And being a woman, she had to be a housewife, and she couldn't really do what she wanted to do. And she at the end of the journey, she was like, "I am Hippolyta, I am woman. Hear me."
Started burning her bra and shit. Like threw away her razors.
But I did find things interesting in there because she met several women on her journey, like Josephine Baker, and I discovered recently that the woman on the motorcycle was what is her name? I think I wrote it down. Betsy Springfield. Like the black woman she saw on the road, she was like a famous motorcyclist or something that traveled around the country. So it was like another historical figure.
I like how they be sprinkling it in like all these historical things in the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that place she went to with the Amazons, that was like the homie Amazons, and they were battling the French, but they changed the French out for like Confederate soldiers and shit. So all that was pretty interesting. But yeah, it was pretty much her self-discovery, and after all of those different journeys through time, she ends up at George's. She ends up at her house with George, and
wasn't that the first scene that we saw them together?
Oh yeah, it was. It was the very first scene. Yep. It was our introduction to those two characters, and she tells him how she really felt, man. And I don't know how time traveling shit work, but yeah.
It was necessarily time travel. I think it was like world travel, like alternative universe.
Alternative universe?
Possibly.
I guess, yeah, because there was a lot of strange shit going on. Like like the homie Amazons going against like Confederate soldiers. That was weird. But yeah.
The homies.
The homies.
The homies.
But yeah, she speaks to George. He understands. All of that happens, and then from there we see her and George go on adventures together, like what they intended to do in real life before he died. So that was kind of sweet. And we see that Hippolyta has become Dee's comic book character, Orithian Blue. She had like the same costume on and everything. So that was cool. And then I think Hippolyta finally says, I got to go back home, and the Afro Queen in space sends her somewhere. I think she went back home, but she didn't go back to the same spot where Atticus was. And I think that's where the episode ends there. So what are your thoughts on that? Her whole journey.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think it was important to show a black woman during that time who, you know, was kind of pushed down into being a smaller version of herself. And then
shrinking,
being able to, through all of these circumstances, kind of figure out for herself who she has been this whole time. And it wasn't, you know, necessarily because of Tick. I mean, it was just because of everything that, you know, the family magic. But she went on the trip herself. She did all this independently, and I thought that was just dope.
Yeah, I think they need her. Like, I'm seeing all the shit that she can do. I was like, God damn, Hippolyta, go ahead.
They do need her.
She was out here.
I've been saying from the beginning, bro. She's fucking super smart. She probably was smarter than George.
Yeah. George kind of held her back. Yeah. But
like, he barely let her write for the guide. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What are you doing?
This nigga George just wanted to drive around the corner and shit, go to different towns. He trying to explore the universe and shit. I'm like, okay. So that nigga dreams were smaller than what he intended to do. So that was cool. It was cool learning all of that stuff, man. I appreciate her character more, and she definitely needs to be a part of the team. And she gonna have to come save her daughter, man, because your boy Atticus fucked up. I don't even know why why Hippolyta brought that comic like to that room. I would have left that shit in the car or something, you know. But she had it with her, and they leave that book behind. And obviously, when Lancaster sees his dead man bleed on that book, he gonna use that book and trace it back to Diana D. And and they gonna have to come through and save her.
A little black girl who lives in Chicago did this by herself.
Exactly.
She did it by herself because that's what black people do. They travel to other states.
They're strong
as minors and kill people.
They're stronger than a normal white man. At the age of 4, she was cracking skulls with her bare hands. But yeah, I mean, he not gonna kill her right off because he wants to know how that machine got it working, and you know, he gonna assume that D was a part of it, not knowing that it was her mother. So we will see. So what do you overall? What would you rank this episode out of all the ones we've seen? Where would you put this episode?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay. Do you think it's the one of the better episodes of the season?
Yeah, I liked it a lot better than like the 4th one. But I don't know. There's 3 episodes left, so I'm gonna save like the official ranking until the season's over, and then I'll go back and like reassess.
Yeah, we can do an episode tier list if you want.
Yeah, that'd
be cool. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty up. This is a pretty high up there episode. I mean, just for the visuals, like it was a gorgeous episode.
Right.
A lot of that budget went into this. So some of that budget that was supposed to be spent on episode 3 went into this
that
episode.
fucking ghost. That racist ass ghost.
Get out of my house,
bitch! Get the fuck out of my house, bitch!
Get the fuck off my screen, you terrible ass CG effects.
That shit was so whack. I'm dead.
Oh shit! Oh man, but yeah, this is definitely pretty high up there, and we get a little history lesson, man. I ain't know nothing about Josephine Baker, but I'm interested now. I'm intrigued. So I'm probably gonna look up some pictures after this podcast and see what that's about.
God.
And apparently,
old lady snatch.
Look, man, I need to time travel and see what that was about, man. You know, I need to go back in time. Oh shit! Apparently, she was having an affair with Frida, so that artist. So that's,
Frida Kahlo. Yeah,
I didn't even know that shit.
Mm-hmm.
She was out here, man. Damn.
Yeah.
And she went to France, because it was
Free.
less racist.
Freedom. You can do what you want. Be who you
Freedom
want
fries.
Freedom fries and baguettes.
Oh shit. Well, yeah, this was a pretty good episode. Definitely up there. But like you said, I have to wait until the season over to rank it. But the first episode is still one of my favorites, though, man. That it's it's hard to top that one. But this one was pretty good. Any final thoughts? Any predictions for next week?
I don't really. I don't know.
I
don't know.
Well, we did see Letitia and Ruby sort of patch things up, but Ruby will betray her because she's working with Christina. So I'm wondering how that is going to go about. So that's something.
They all have like the same end goal.
And they're all trying to get the book.
Yeah.
Like, what are they trying?
They're trying to get it from Christina, or at least get it before she does.
Yeah, but my thing is, why? Do we know what Christina is using the book for?
No, we don't.
What I'm saying, like, so why are we fucking fighting her so hard to get this book? We don't know what the fuck she intends to do with it.
Why are they working against her when they don't give her a chance? I actually don't think she's that bad at all.
Well, she don't seem that bad, but the white women are tricky, man. We don't know.
I think she might be the exception because she is forward thinking in like everything that she does. She's progressive. Yeah. So they just kind of, I don't think they've encountered a white woman like that before. So they're just like weary. They don't trust her.
Kind of thrown off. They're like, what?
Yeah.
She's trying to help.
White woman never helped me in my life.
Let me see. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, we don't even know what the fuck. But I will say that the harem has ended, man. He put the seed in Letitia. So sorry for Christina and Gia. Y'all lost. Letitia got the baby, so
yeah. Little demon seed.
I don't know what. Yeah, it's gonna be awkward when he meets Gia again, because Gia loves this nigga, man. It's gonna be awkward when them two meet. Cause he with another woman and shit, man. I think them tentacles freaked him out a little bit too much, man. She might kill Letitia, man, with them tentacles, man. I don't know. She might.
Can control it like that. Like, she can't just make it appear. I think she has to be like fucking, and then they just come out, because that's their only purpose.
Oh, that's true.
Is to take us a man's soul. So I don't think
she might coerce them into.
She's gonna have to throw hands. I don't know. That's the only thing she can do is just throw hands.
Cause she definitely she cares a lot about Atticus, man. So I don't want to be pissing off no goddamn demon nigga. So we're gonna see what becomes of that. And do you think George will pop back up again? Like, you think they'll resurrect that nigga in some way?
I hope they do, because his death happened so early and we just didn't really have any closure. So
yeah, it didn't really. Yeah, I love to see more of that character. He was like top tier in the show, man. For sure. And I think we're gonna get. I know we're gonna get some of Atticus backstory, like his childhood. I think I saw that. I read that somewhere. So we'll probably see him in a flashback, but I don't know if he's gonna get resurrected. I want him to, but probably not. And I am super interested in that flashback of Atticus as a kid, because I want to see Montrose and his mother and how they interact and how they were able to fool everybody. Well, not everybody, because your boy Tree knew. Tree.
He's so big and dumb. Like, god damn it. That nigga irritates me.
Everybody got 2 legs. I got 3.
Tree. And still you can't do nothing with it because nobody trying to fuck you.
This man lying on his dick, man. That's why.
I know. He lame, bruh.
Oh shit.
God damn.
But yeah.
Go away, Tree. Little bitch.
I mean, he gonna pop back up again, spilling some more tea, man. That's what that nigga do, man. He gonna come through. You know, Christina.
You be lying. He told one truth. The rest was all lies. You be lying on Letty. You lying on his dick.
That's probably why. That's probably why Atticus didn't believe him.
Right. Like, I know goddamn well you ain't fuck Letty. I did, nigga. I did.
And yeah. Also, what will Montrose be like when he meet his son again? Because right now he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed. He don't want nobody to know that he gay. I thought he got over it, but apparently not. This motherfucker is still hiding.
You have to think it's still the 50s. Or, yeah, the 50s.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it wasn't... Still isn't really accepted everywhere today, but it's hard to comprehend what it would have been like for a black man in Chicago in the 50s.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. I wonder if everybody at the bar knows Sammy gay. Sammy been out out open with it. This nigga getting his dick sucked in the alley and shit. Like, Sammy is not discreet at all. So,
no.
I wonder if everybody knows about him. Probably not. Maybe
Probably.
It's just Tree. I don't know. Maybe Tree walked in on them. I don't know. But yeah, that is pretty much the review. How do y'all feel in the comments section below? Did we miss anything? Just tell us how you feel. How do you feel about Hippolyta's journey? How do you feel about Montrose being gay? Are you tired of seeing this actor be gay in every single show? What's going on?
Personally love it. Michael K. Williams is one of my favorite actors, period. And for him to be so open to play gay characters all the time is
I mean, according to Philly, he's subpar. So
Billy is he gone. His opinions don't matter no more. He left the chat. We're not going to take into account Billy's opinions.
I don't know why
That's how I feel
he
about
believes this actor is subpar. He's the worst part of the show.
Billy thinks Gal Gadot is a queen.
I mean,
Let's just...
she is. Gal Gadot is...
I'm not going to get into that conversation.
Shit, they need to...
Her acting is subpar. But then again,
yeah,
we're not gonna get into that.
When you look that good, you know, it's like Michael B.
Palestine.
Jordan, man. You're like that nigga subpar, but the way he looks, man, it makes up for it, man. You know.
Thirst over Michael B. Jordan so much.
Who?
They went up, y'all niggas.
That nigga.
All you niggas.
What do you want to lie? Like, he wants to lie? What the fuck? You need to be honest and admit that man is top tier, man. Like, come on. Ain't nobody thirsty, just the truth. It's factual. You know? Soon
I'll take the thirst to a whole nother level.
You will come to know. You will visit the church of Michael B. Jordan and worship him at the shrine. Anyway.
Hard pass. We good on that.
Anyway. That is our review, man. Tune in next week where we talk about some more Lovecraft country. And
whatever else the fuck we want.
And Montrose verbally abusing his son, who has those big ass arms. I would never, ever talk shit to Tick. That nigga's big.
He's swole.
Like after getting my ass beat, like I would never say anything to that nigga ever again. Like he is like the Homelander of Lovecraft country, man. That nigga is menacing.
He's angry as hell all the time.
Always angry.
God damn.
Well, acting,
take a chill pill.
His acting is top tier. Every scene he about to explode and beat a nigga ass, so you can see the frustration in his face. So it's so good, man. He's a perfect villain. God damn it. Peace out.